Hello everybody and welcome back. I am Carrick, so we're going to be taking a look at another random nation in Europa Universalis 4, doing a SWOT analysis, looking at the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of a country, assessing its diplomatic ecosystem, and developing a plan. That's what we're going to be doing in this episode. And then episode 2, the second part of the series, we will be doing a opening moves sort of demonstration and walkthrough of the actual opening moves, applying the strategy that we've developed on the fly and seeing if it worked or not, right? And here we go. Let's pick a random nation and get into it. This is really just kind of an exercise for myself. Verden, let's go. Never played Verden before in my life. Let's roll. Now, Verden actually has some cool stuff. We are playing with all of the DLC, and this is updated with the 1.3 patch, the Austria patch. I believe Verden... Are we going to be able to form the... well, these three nations here can form the Hansic League, but I'm wondering if Verden, sort of pinched in between, can do this as well. Like, what are our missions here? Are they to be able to... No! Yeah, I'm pretty sure if we had been playing Lübeck, Hamburg, or Bremen, I'm pretty sure we would have like a really amazing mission tree. Instead, we have what looks to be a generic missions plus this sort of House of God, Lord's Army, Divine Empire. So whatever this is. Have a church. Wow. Fantastic. Hey, if we have a church, then we get a free... Oh, wow. Gain cathedral? We build a church, we get a cathedral, and then we get a stability. That's actually super cool. That's actually really cool, considering cathedral doesn't usually come until much later in the game, right? And then we gain a free stability. Wowzers. That's kind of neat. It's kind of neat. Missionary strength, morale of armies. Okay. So there's some different things we can work on there, but for the most part, it looks like we have the generic missions. Sad times. Sad times. Can we form anything here? So maybe we can still form... Well, we can form the German nation. We can form Hanover, which only requires 8 provinces, currently 2. North Germany. But you know what? I bet you if we did Hanover, I bet you we'd get some excellent tradition missions with that potentially. We might get some new missions if we went that way. Or we can elevate... Oh, are we an archbishop? Or a bishopric? Oh, we're a bishopric. I didn't realize that. Whereas these guys are first merchant republics. I did not realize that. Okay, so that gives us a little bit of flavor potentially. I'm not completely sure what exactly that means. National tax modifier. Okay, you know, got to get those tithes. And then presumably we're gonna... I've never played as an bishopric. So presumably we're going to have some interesting government reforms here. Maybe. I don't know. And then from there we can sort of... Oh, yeah, there's some good stuff in here. There's some good-looking stuff in here. Too much Kremlin. Let's yank some of that. Let's go through and kind of do our estates really quick. Although, actually... Yeah. I was just making sure we didn't need to get stability because, of course, this button right here, I like to hit it. But it does increase the cost of stability if we needed stability for anything, but I don't think we need stability for anything. It doesn't look like. Sometimes missions have you sort of stab up and stuff. Our leader is absolutely terrible. Now, does he rule until death? I don't know. Let's get him on the battlefield because I'm not a fan of this dude. Not a fan of that guy. Economy, we're barely staying afloat economically. Do we have a fort? And is that part of the reason why we're losing so much money? No, we don't have a fort. We don't have a fort. Will Austria ally us? Maybe. Our government type does not allow for royal marriages. No! No, Austria. That's going to make it a little tricky. It's going to make it a little tricky. Now, the good news is these guys are not part of the Empire, so we could scoop them up real quick. That might be our play, is to go right for East Frisia before somebody else does. Austria will not demand that when we take it as unlawful territory, right? That's kind of the idea there. We can actually rival East Frisia. I think we do that. I don't know if we want to rival Lubeck. Lubeck would be very powerful to take that province. I don't know. Maybe Hamburg would actually be kind of nice to go that direction there. Also, it looks like Lüneburg could be an obvious rival choice there. Although maybe we should focus more on sort of the coastal areas like Bremen. I'm assuming Hamburg is going to ally people like Lubeck and stuff. We'll have to see. I don't know how that's going to shake out since the 1.3 patch. If they're going to have a propensity to ally certain people and not others. And presumably Hamburg could straight up rival some of these dudes, but it looks like they haven't rivaled any of their fellow sort of Hansa League nations. Actually, did they start an alliance with them? No, they start with a trade league. So that was actually kind of smart. That makes sense. That does make sense. Lubeck leads a trade league. Just kind of looking around here, just poking around, seeing what we can do, what we got. I mean, we could just reduce army maintenance. We could probably build up to our force limit. There's no way we're going to be able to afford advisors, so we can wait to slot those things in there. This just gives them 10 loyalty, 10 influence, right? Right of council and the equivalent for all of them. That I feel like is just worth doing. This actually makes our light ships a little bit cheaper. That could be worth it. Could gain a little bit of prestige at the cost of national tax modifier. I don't think we want to hurt our economy in any way. I don't think we're going to need these cogs. We could mothball them. It's not going to save us that much money, but let's do it anyways. Let's protect trade in Lubeck. And if we go here, what are our merchants doing right now? One merchant should collect trade in Lubeck, since we can't reach the Baltic. And we should probably be pushing from the North Sea into Lubeck, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, Verden doesn't really start with any of these juicy trade sites here like some of the nations around us do. Kind of a bummer, but that's how it goes. That trade income should go up a little bit, although it's never quite up to date when you start up the game, right? It's never quite actually working properly. +2 missionary streak, that's kind of cool. An extra missionary at the end, that's kind of neat. It actually says we get the Bremen ideas. The Bremish ideas, so Bremish ideas always have this stuff. Interesting. Because it seems like Bremen would be more trade-based rather than, like, ideologically based. Provincial trade power, none of this stuff is that really amazing. I mean, we're going to have some good sort of unrest modifiers here. Diplomatic reputation's not bad. This stuff isn't terrible. I mean, the improved relations is nice. None of this helps us with military. This is pretty awful, but there you go. That's how it is. I think for the most part, guys, it looks like we kind of have our starting bit with these guys. Let's do a diet here. Kind of see what we're doing with this. Yearly papal influence. We get the Pope up to 100. We do want to get the Pope up. The nobility, number of allies at least 2. Number of allies at least 2. We have 4 diplomatic relationship slots. We could totally do that, and that could give us a diplomatic reputation that could help us get the alliance with Austria potentially. We go down here, have a fleet equal or larger than Hamburg. Have a fleet equal or larger than Hamburg. We could do that if we were willing to build one single light ship could get us there. And we get yearly naval tradition for 10 years. Helps us with trade steering. National sailors modifier. It's not bad. All of these are totally valid. We're going to go for the naval one and see what we can do here. So we actually have the devotion, right? And it's actually going down because the base is for it to go down. Wait a second. This represents the zeal. Yearly papal influence, yearly prestige, national tax modifier, clergy lordship. How do we keep this? How do we keep that up? Well, we can spend 100 points to do that, but I'm assuming, are there any mechanics or anything for adding that devotion? I'm not sure how the devotion system works. I wonder if being friends with the papacy? I don't know how we earn devotion. It's saying that we're getting some from the power projection, but maybe we get some from prestige as well. We just have too little prestige. Well, it gives us yearly prestige, so I don't know how that would work. Maybe just events and things. Maybe we'll just get hit with a lot of events. We'll have to see how that goes. Guys, this was a very quick sort of like little SWOT analysis and opening moves guide. We've rivaled these guys. This will be a point of attack. I think they did. Brunswick actually rivaled us. Oof. Brandenburg. What does the alliance opportunity with Brandenburg look like? Okay, so Mecklenburg will ally us. That Mecklenburg's probably going to be a good ally. I assume Denmark could be a good ally as well, but I assume they're not going to be interested. They're too big and powerful to care. Munster could be interesting. I don't think we're going to be able to go very much further. I think we're too far away for the Papal State to care about us that much in the short term. I think we allied these dudes right away. They do have a lot of enemies, though, which is kind of a problem. They have a lot of enemies. If we could get, like, Brandenburg, and if we can get these two guys, plus, like, Austria and the Pope, that would be really, really good. That'd be fantastic. I think Brandenburg would probably be one of the better options here. We are with enraged man. If we could just get royal marriages, but that's I guess playing a bishopric, right? That's us playing a bishopric. We only have 2 diplomats. This could be a tough situation here. We might have to end up pulling somebody back in order just to like secure the alliance or two. Do these guys hate each other? What's the dealio here? No, they're fine. They're fine with each other, so I don't think getting an alliance with either one of these would hurt us in any way. But thanks, guys. This has been Verden, playing as the bishopric in northern Germany, and just doing sort of a little bit of a sort of a setup for them. And then in the next episode, we will do the opening moves. We'll actually sort of test out our strategy and feel what the region looks like or feels like, and try to get some growth going here, and sort of pave us on the right path. Thanks everybody for being here. Really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next one.